Good morning, YouTube. Don't mind me making my video tour in my pajamas. A few things have been added and experiments started, so I will show you all those as we walk through for our regular tour. Though I'm doing these videos mostly for my own benefit, if you like these, please hit the like button and subscribe. Maybe I can make something out of this, who knows? I'm gonna start from the perimeter and then work my way in. This little bare spot, I had planted some nasturtium and I don't know what that's supposed to look like. Maybe that's it. I think it might not have worked. And my sunflowers. I think this one's the tallest one. It's about up to my belly button. I'm about 5'6", so pretty tall, pretty cool. Something's eating it. Haven't discovered what though. Planted pole beans in between each sunflower and only a handful of them still are going. But they're now finally starting to look like they're gonna make it. Starting to climb up the fence. I think these aren't doing so well because the soil is really compacted here, and this is the one spot that I planted stuff that I didn't do anything to break the soil up or aerate it. They're all very varying heights. Interesting. So some more pole beans. Then once we pass this T-post, I planted the last of my bush beans. I correct myself, this one is the tallest sunflower by a couple inches. Along this side, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bush bean plants. And then on the other side of the rest of the bush beans, there's 1 opal basil. The opal basils are starting to get big. It's nice. Super excited. The hay worked pretty good to kill most of the grass, but not all of it, as you can see, which is fine. I put this hay in like a little over a week ago, maybe more like a week and a half ago, and it's now compacted down pretty good. This, I think, is a fasciated blossom, which means it's a couple fused together. That just looks like 2. But you can tell by how much bigger it is from the rest. And it does look like 2 fused together. Pretty cool. I don't want much cat-faced tomatoes, so that guy's gonna go. The fruit is not getting that big. This fits pretty easily in the palm of my hand. There's a bug on there. I don't know if that's a good bug or a bad bug. Looks kind of like some sort of ladybug. This tomato plant is my tallest one. Giving me a lot of new growth. Oh, there's a bud that was broken off of it. There's new growth coming from here. From here, I must have missed a sucker or 2. It kind of looks like a mess up here. I tried to stick with the pruning, but I must have missed a few. If you can see. That looks like a sucker that got away from me. And this is just a mess, the way I pruned it, but we're learning. The buddy doing the tour with me, walking through the corn. Just going off of my own past experience, I think my tomato plants have a good amount of fruit on them. They're not super loaded, but they have lots of blooms on them. Maybe the most fruit set on one is 8 tomatoes. Let me see. This one on the end is the most, though they're not the biggest. Check this corn out. Whoa! I prune my plants pretty regularly, but that one tomato plant is bothering me. I let it get too far gone. And I think I'm just gonna let it go with the way it is and then try to keep up on the suckers from now on. Oh wow. One was the first one to set fruit, and it has the biggest on it, obviously. I was having a problem where the bottoms of my tomatoes were rotting off, and the similar thing is happening to the zucchini. And I posted on one of my Facebook groups, they said that it's blossom end rot, which is a calcium deficiency in the soil. So I put a little bit of fertilizer in them, and I think that's helping. He's singing for you. There was a tomato plant right there where that cloth is hanging from. I pulled it out because it looked really sick. All of my tomato plants were having a leaf curl where they were curling downward, and they look like they're starting to recover from that. I think the fertilizer is helping. Your shoes! In the corner here, we've got our bush beans. All along there, I have picked about a pound of bush beans off of here so far. I probably could pick a few more off today, but I'm gonna wait. I'll wait a little while so that there's more to pick. Look at that! We've got a pollinator on our cucumbers. Thank you! Say thank you, Mr. Bee. Thank you for pollinating for us. I am irrationally afraid of bees. I know a sting is not the worst thing in the world, but it always seems to swell an obnoxious amount for me. Not like deathly allergic, but enough to not want it to happen. Hopefully he doesn't inherit that from me. They're my pumpkins, and they are so fun to watch grow. Look at that. It's so neat. So far, most of the flowers are still male flowers. I think each plant has about one pumpkin set on it, but it's not been opened, so not pollinated yet. My compost is sprouting. I haven't shown these a whole lot because I wasn't sure if they were gonna do anything, but they're definitely growing. They're gonna take over this box and probably spread out everywhere. This one's doing pretty good too, I think. I've never grown these before, but at least that one has grown a lot. See, those are sweet potatoes. Just noticed this. That's tasseling out, right? Or is that just the seeds? I don't know, but oh my gosh, look at that! It's starting to rain, Bubba. So this is not very tall, and it's already starting to show its seeds. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know. The corn's not doing that great though. Some of it's still like only a couple inches tall. Not sure we're gonna have that much of a sweet corn harvest, but the Indian corn looks fine. I bought some of the Dr. Earth concentrated fertilizer. It's in a little pump. It's like $5.44 for a tiny pump. I think it was like 6 or something ounces. Don't touch those, they'll bite you. Got these little garden spiders everywhere. Yeah, don't touch. Yeah. The zucchinis seem to be suffering. I've only picked 6 total for the whole season, and maybe I started them late. They're growing tons of leaves. I also fertilized these this week, so maybe they'll start giving me some more fruit. I think they'll get that big and they'll rot off, which I think is the blossom end rot too. You know, for all the spiders I have here, there's still a lot of other pests. They're not doing their job. Come on now. You can see there's cardboard all over the ground. I am seeing if it will kill the grass because it's really annoying to mow around these plants. This plant looks like a different variety of squash from this one. I don't know why. It looks so different. The leaves are a lot smaller. And then there are a lot more of them. There are a lot more of them. Cayenne pepper plant is just loaded. And some of the peppers are such a strange shape. Isn't that cool? Those are setting fruit. A couple peppers on there. Bell peppers are growing up too. Half of my garden got the Job's organic all-purpose fertilizer, and the other half got Dr. Earth. Besides the corn, I haven't had a chance to do corn yet. My sage and thyme. I have come to the conclusion that it is thyme, not oregano, though it does smell a lot like oregano. Here's some of my sweet basil. It's just regular green basil. Doing pretty good. Looks so pretty. That's all we've got for the garden tour today. Everything's doing pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna go inside. Getting eaten up by mosquitoes, and it's raining a little bit, so we're gonna go in. We've got nothing to harvest today to show you, but thanks for walking with us for our garden tour. Bye! Bye!